Cancel culture, for those of you who have been living under a rock, is basically the internet's version of a public hanging. Now, don't get me wrong, we're not out here defending scumbags in this video. I mean, if you're into kiddie diddling and other heinous crimes, the internet's backlash is the least of your worries. But when we're cancelling people over a joke or a bad tweet from 2009, it's like we're just itching for a reason to ruin someone's life. Back in the day, comedians were the ones pushing boundaries. Legends like Dave Chappelle, Ricky Gervais and Eddie Murphy, they didn't just push the envelope, they mailed it straight to hell. So let's talk about the rise of this digital witch hunt. Comedians used to be jesters in the King's Court, untouchable and speaking truth to power through humour. But now they're lucky if they can even finish their punchline without Karen threatening to boycott their sponsors and burn down their merch store. Take Dave Chappelle for instance. When he dropped his special, The Closer, the internet practically ignited with fury.
We need to say it's not okay. This hate conversation was not their intention. We understand that jokes are jokes.
I think whether it's a joke or not, it's harmful.
Critics labelled him transphobic, zeroing in on his jokes about the LGBT plus community. The backlash was intense, with many calling for his cancellation and demanding Netflix to pull the special. Yet this narrative often overlooks a crucial part of Chappelle's story.
Before I go, I want to share this story with you because it's important to this point.
On stage, Dave opened up about his close friendship with Daphne Dorman, a transgender comedian who defended him amidst the outrage.
When Sticks and Stones came out, a lot of people in the trans community were furious with me, and apparently they dragged me on Twitter. And the hardest thing for a person to do is go against their tribe if they disagree with their tribe, but Daphne did that for me. She wrote a tweet that was very beautiful, and what she said was, it was almost exactly what she said. She said, punching down on someone requires you to think less of them. And I know him, and he doesn't. He doesn't punch up, he doesn't punch down, he punches lines, and he's a master at his craft. That's what she said. And when she did that, the trans community dragged that bitch all over Twitter. But 6 days after that wonderful night I described to you, my friend Daphne killed herself.
Ricky Gervais and Sacha Baron Cohen are prime examples of this. Their humour is like a middle finger to the woke culture, yet they manage to separate their jokes from their morals.
I've been doing a lot of video messages recently for terminally ill children, and only if they request it, obviously. I don't burst into hospitals and go, wake up, Baldy.
Gervais, for instance, is notorious for his no-holds-barred approach, especially during his Golden Globes hosting gigs. In 2020, he took aim at Hollywood's hypocrisy with lines like,
If ISIS started a streaming service, you'd call your agent, wouldn't you?
he roasted celebrities for their virtue signaling.
Obviously didn't kill himself, just like Jeffrey Epstein. Shut up. I know he's your friend, but I don't care.
Because behind the sharp barbs of his one-liners, he's a man who champions animal rights and often speaks out against real-world injustices. Then there's my favourite bumperclot, Sacha Baron Cohen, whose alter egos like Borat and Ali G have made a career out of exposing societal absurdities and prejudices. In Borat's subsequent movie film, Cohen pushes boundaries to the extreme, famously getting an unknowingly Rudy Giuliani into a situation worse than finding out your daughter's TikTok went viral on Epstein's Island.
Put down your crumb. She's 15. She's too old for you.
Why are you
No, she's my daughter. Please, take me instead. Take my anus.
His comedy could have been coined racist, misogynistic, and homophobic, but Cohen himself is a fierce advocate for democracy and has spoken out countless times against hate speech. But cancel culture's starting to teeter off, with edgy jokes and second chances starting to make a comeback. The truth is, forbidden topics often lead to the best laughs. It helps us deal with the things bothering us by making it seem that much more stupid. Remember the old joke about the guy who wanted to be a comedian but everyone laughed at him? That's dark humour in a nutshell.